the afternoon, even though it's 5:30 Eastern. Tesweegi at the desk with the Saturday Sovereigns in the Canadian Baseball Confederation, the year 2067. As you can tell, we Regina Sovereigns are off to a decent start. Our opening day got rained out, but hey, we split the opening day doubleheader. We won Game 2. Now we're going to play Game 3. Only 3 teams undefeated to start the season in the CBC: the Montreal Maroons, the Quebec Voyageurs, and the Toronto Saints. Exactly like the Regina Pats, same team or same city in Saskatchewan. Bob Wallace leading the entire CBC with 3 home runs so far. Bob! Looks like he was a decent signing as well from New Hyde Park, New York. So, thankfully we don't need to compete with any of the guys in the Eastern Conference for a playoff spot. We just have to be the best in the Prairies division. So as long as we're ahead of the Mosquitoes, the Greats, and the Rebels, we'll be fine. And we do have 2 of the best OPS players so far in Mark Donker and Pim van der Nol, 2 guys coming over from Honkbal Hoofdklasse, which is also in this game. Is that a hockey team? The Chateaurettes? I have no idea what you're referring to. It is a 126 game season in the Canadian Baseball Confederation. We should be finishing up sometime in November or in September. I'm also impressed at how much the KBO has expanded. Look at this thing. That's impressive. Also, Suji has 2 teams. Oh, in the WHL. Okay, give me a second. WHL teams. Not seeing any team that sounds like what you're thinking about. I mean, Saskatchewan is the province. There's the Saskatoon Blades. There's like 5 hockey teams in Saskatchewan. Unless you're thinking of like Chilliwack. Oh yeah, we're in 2067. You will also note that the majors have expanded to 36 teams. Shawinigan, the Cataracts. Oh, they're in the QMJHL. Okay, there you go. Yes, former Prime Minister Jean Chrétien and his famous Shawinigan handshake, otherwise known as choking a guy. Anyways, enough stalling. We do have a lineup intro. On paper, this should not be a fair fight, but we'll see how this goes. Cardinal fan, I think you're going to like this one. I think I outdid myself.
Glorious! No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend.
It's time for Sovereigns Baseball and time for the starting lineup. Batting first, the second baseman from Delta, British Columbia, Will Sutherland. Batting second from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, Hector Flores. Batting third, the left fielder from Honolulu, Hawaii, Kim Yi-hyun. Batting fourth, the designated hitter from Kroonstrijen, Netherlands, Mark Donker. Batting fifth, the first baseman from Groningen, Netherlands, Pim van der Nol. Batting sixth, the center fielder from Beaverton, Oregon, Jay Caminero. Batting seventh, the catcher from New York City, Jalen Craig. Batting eighth, the third baseman from Santo Domingo, Miguel Vasquez. Batting ninth, the right fielder from Vaughan, Ontario, Foster Hoffman. And tonight's starting pitcher from Smith Mills, Massachusetts, Roger Conant. Yeah, I found the overlays in Clipchamp. I think that one came out pretty darn good. Vancouver Suns here, taking on the Regina Sovereigns. Second of a 2-game set. Flare to left. That's going to be off the wall. Picked up by the left fielder and brought in. Leadoff double for Jameson. I'm not sure about that. So Hollywood Tide, this is part of the Nielsen CP mods. So they don't have a dynamic ballpark or a dynamic scoreboard. You'll see some of the ballparks we're playing in do. Those are the ones that are made by Flying Canuck. And I am going to increase the sound volume. There we go, a little bit better. Here's Eddie Ramirez, 1-0 on the way from Conant. Grounded back to the pitcher. Easy play there. Conant to Vandernal, 1 away. Jake Nelson, the first baseman. Another dribbler back to the mound. Charging it is Conant. I mean, maybe he paid for the ballpark. Who knows? Willie Chapa, 0-1 on the way. Flared to center. Chasing it down is Caminero with a leaping grab, and he brings it in. Well, I had to do Glorious Domination. I mean, isn't Bobby Roode Canadian? I gotta look this up. I'm pretty sure he is. From Peterborough. Yep. Good Canadian kid there, hey. I see the Blue Jays are in the process of blowing a game to the Clevelanders. Fun. Derek Kelly on the bump from Jersey City. Overpowering pitch mix here. Sovies might be in a bit of trouble. Lined right to Jameson. 1 away. Flores, opposite field flare. That's tracking. That's off the wall. That's up against the ad board. And a 1-out double for Hector Flores. Here's Kim Yi-hyun. Called strike 3. Frozen by a fastball. Up your donkers. Fly ball to left center. Tracking and caught. Ramirez makes the grab. Melvin Gomez. 1-2 on the way from Conant. Flare to center field. Caminero takes a couple steps and brings it in. Here's Klingensmith, the right fielder. Popped up on the infield. And nobody had that one. Caminero unable to make a move on it. Here's Jeremy Landrum, the designated hitter. Oh dear. That one's not coming back. Yikes! Whee! That ball got tattooed. Tony Garcia, the second baseman. Flare to center. This one will drop in front of Caminero again. Wonder if the sun is proving to be a factor here. Check in over at first. Garcia, known for running. Squares the bunt and misses on the 2-2. Pop-up, center field. Caminero makes the grab here. Throw back to first. Not in time. Fly ball to center field. Caminero tracking this one. He gets it. Vandernoel, Caminero, Craig up against Kelly. Seeing Eye shot up the middle. And Vandernoel picks up a leadoff single. Caminero bounced to third. That could be two. Instead, they'll go across the diamond. Jameson making the one-hop toss to Nelson. Jalen Craig, the switch-hitting catcher. Swings and misses on a pitch way outside. Curveball in the dirt. Here's Vasquez. Grounded to short. Gomez on to first. Inning over. Softs have gotten the go-ahead run to scoring position, or a run to scoring position, and come up short both times. Caminero seeing a lot of action in center field today. Here's Nelson, the first baseman. Opposite field job. This one will head to Hoffman, 2 down. Willie Chapa. Grounded to second. Easy play there for Sutherland. 1-2-3 inning for Conant. Here's Hoffman leading things off here in the bottom of the third. And he wears this one. Kelly missing with that one. Hoffman basically a second leadoff man out there. And he's going to get thrown out by Victor Cordoba.
Strike 3.
The leadoff hit by pitch goes for naught. Vancouver gets out of the inning.
Strike 3.
First K of the game for Conant. The way the postseason works in the CBC is that every division leader will advance, plus 1 wild card from the Eastern Conference. Eastern Conference has a divisional round, then sub-league, then the Pearson Cup, so named for Canada's Prime Minister at the time of the Centennial, and also a gigantic baseball fan. Kim Yi-hyun still looking to get his season started here. Called strike 3. Derek Kelly, 4 strikeouts so far. Mark Donker flares this up the line. That is a fair ball into the left field corner. Up your Donkers. It's a double for Mark. Here's Vandernoel. Swing and a miss. Kelly gets the second out of the inning. Caminero now, 2-2. Strikeout to the backstop. Chased down by the catcher. No play. Strikeout and wild pitch. Runners at the corners for Jalen Craig.
Strike 3.
Well, so much for that. Suns lead 2-0. And the Blue Jays hung on to win that one. Yay. We're going to play a lot of games in the division, so I think this is one of only 4 games we play against Vancouver. The other 2 are going to be at Nat Bailey in the Vanc. Man, you want to look at the spray chart here? Everything's going dead center field. Hard shot up the middle, booted by the shortstop. Flores can't come up with it. Here's Eddie Ramirez. First pitch swinging. Throw down to second will be late. Jameson with a stolen base. He's standing on second for the second time today. Popped up. Left field. Easy grab there for Kim. I keep wanting to say Rockies because we're wearing purple. 8 strikeouts for Derek Kelly here. Exposing the soft, squishy underbelly of this Sovereigns club. I mean, we're getting the hits. They're just not sequenced. Willie Sutherland with a 2-out double. Hector Flores, 2-2. Strikeout victim, 10 Ks for Derek Kelly. Another line drive. This one chasing back. Oh dear. Jake Nelson, his first home run of the season. Good knock there for the Youngstown, Ohio first baseman. That's going to see action in the bullpen for the Sovereigns. Ron Herbert getting loose. Conant starting to get touched up a little bit here in the top of the 6th. One to Melvin Gomez. Line drive center field. Caminero cuts this one off. But the run will come in to score. 4-0 Vancouver. Still nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Two 2-0 on Klingensmith. Popped up. Kim grabs this one in for the first out. Lined right to the third baseman, Vasquez. 2 down. Garcia, another deep drive to left. And that's another long bomb. Tony Garcia. That'll send Conant to the showers. It's 6-0 Vancouver. Pitch in on the hands, gets bounced off the wall. Good throw by Hoffman. Keeps Cordova to a single. Jameson watches strike 3 go past. Regina trying to get something off Derek Kelly. 11 strikeouts so far. Gomez with a short hop. Thundernall, 12 strikeouts for Derek Kelly. We are setting records here. Let's go to Ryan Murphy. Bouncer to short. Gomez up throwing. One away. Kelly's only thrown 93 pitches. He wants to keep going here. One out single for Craig. Nico, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Come on, Miguel. Not like that. 13 strikeouts for Kelly. And Hoffman will sky this to center. Easy play there for Ramirez. Herbert will take on one more batter. Lined right to Thundernall. Ryan Murphy into the game here to take on the bottom few batters of the Sovereigns lineup. Top of the 8th, one out. Vancouver up 6-0. Bouncer up the middle. Charged by Sutherland. On to Vandernoel. That will end the top of the 8th. Sutherland, Flores, Kim. And that'll be the first walk issued by Derek Kelly, and that'll end his day. 13 strikeouts. Over 7 shutout innings and 1 batter. Don Tremblett into the game from Hamilton, Ontario. 3 dynamo pitches, just a bit of a control issue. Today's broadcast is powered by Weihenstephaner. It's my birthday weekend. I'm going to sip. First, Sovereign to third is Will Sutherland. Here's Mark Donker trying to push him across. Flare to right. That will carry him off the wall. That is in play. And the deadlock is broken. Sutherland will score. Mark Donker with another double. Up your Donkers. Here's Vandernoel. Flare to left. Chop up makes the grab. There will be no shutout. Jameson bounced to third. Vasquez on the money. Ramirez swings and misses on a pitch in the dirt. Jake Nelson, home run earlier today. Ground to short. Throw on to first in time. Regina down by 5. Vancouver looking to slam the door. It'll be Caminero, Craig, Vasquez. Tremblett misses away, and Caminero's aboard. Who is my designated speedster? Is it Pfannenstiel or is it someone else? I think Rosenthal has some... No, it's Pfannenstiel, so we're gonna pinch run. Cordoba guns down another base runner. And another walk is issued. Craig now standing at first. Pinch hitter for Vasquez is Kevin Rosenthal. Sent to center field and caught for the second out of the inning. Foster Hoffman, full count. Shot up the middle. That will end the game. Vancouver picks up the win, 6-1. Phooey. Wednesdays are a common day off. Oh, thank goodness Marcello Van Eck did not miss time. Just a mild abdominal strain for the Apeldoorn curveballer. To Winnipeg we go. Home of the Mosquitoes. Shaw Park, I think this is one of Flying Canucks, so I wouldn't mind showing that off, but we're going to be playing so many games against them, I don't think it's necessary. Ditto for Edmonton. So we got a divisional week coming up, playing Winnipeg, Edmonton, and Saskatoon. We beat Winnipeg once, lost both games to Edmonton. So we're still trying to figure out if we're a good team or not. Foster Hoffman to the injured list. Jimmy Olsen getting the call up to help out in the bullpen. Wait a minute, Hoffman's Canadian. I can't do that. Shoot. We need to have at least 9 Canadians on the roster. So we're going to have to go shorthanded. But at least I can swap in Olsen for someone else. Can't send down Tom Bates because he's Canadian as well. Let's swap. All right, at home against Saskatoon. We at least pick up a win to end the slide. Willie Gonzalez toughs it out for 4 innings. Tom Bates picks up the win. Bradley Gibson the save. 2 earned runs despite only facing 9 batters. Giving up 1 hit. Sovereign, or the Voyageurs coming to town. Some teams out here on a western swing. Voyageurs and Colonels coming up, and then we're off to Kitchener-Waterloo to take on the Musketeers. Dan Lacrosse, that is a Canadian name, from L'Assomption, Quebec. So he's a local boy very much. I'm assuming L'Assomption is near Quebec City. Hang on a second. It's closer to Montreal. Still, counts. Billy Craven's a left fielder standing at second with 1 out. Flare to center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Jalen Craig picks up an RBI single here against Quebec. Tony Ortega swings and misses on a pitch way outside. The question is 1 run going to be enough? 2-0 on Craig again. That's laced into right field. Picked up quickly by the Quebecer right fielder. Another RBI for the Caminero-Craig combo. The Triple C, Cravens, Caminero, and Craig all doing well. This is still basically like a growth year for my club. I got some of these guys under contract for a while. Victor G cruising through 6 innings. Righty, lefty, righty. Let's go with... Let's get Jimmy Olsen up. Second and third for Billy Cravens. Let's see. Kim's been playing kind of poorly. Who do I want to go to in this critical moment? Rosenthal. Bunted foul by Rosenthal. Bunted fair up the first base line. They're going to go home. Not in time! Rosenthal lays down a fantastic bunt. Von der Knoll is in to score, and it's 3-0 Regina. Lacrosse. 1-1. Fly ball to right. Might be deep enough. That might connect with the wall. Sack fly. Ward will throw into the cutoff man. Donker will score. It's 4-0 Regina. So I guess then Rosenthal takes over at second? Yeah, let's do that. Little flare into left. That's going to be trouble. Drops in front of the left fielder. First and second now. Vasquez. Kim Yi-hoon will take over as the pinch hitter. And the new left fielder. Lacrosse, not exactly known for being a good base running controller. And a double steal is on. Both runners safe. Craig and Rosenthal advancing. They'll intentionally walk the pinch hitter Kim to deal with Tony Ortega, the right fielder. Bases loaded, 1 out. Grounded to third. They're going to come home for 1, but they won't make any more plays than that. Good job by Glenn McGrath behind the dish. Here's Sutherland then. Now playing third. Ernie Bachelor into the game. That's flared up the right field line and off the wall. Regina blowing this one wide open now. Willie the Kid clears the bases, and it's 7-0. Victor Gonzalez, 7 shutout innings will give way to Ryan Murphy, who promptly allows the first 2 men he sees to reach. Brett Thomas getting loose in the bullpen just in case. Flare to left, that's going to fall in front of Kim. Bases loaded, nobody out for Jose De La Cruz. Popped up. Caminero makes the first out of the inning, and the runners hold. Conrad Rockburn. Now that is a name. From Kelowna, BC, Conrad Rockburn. 1-2 on the way. Grounded up the middle. Going to be a tough play. They go home at least for the 1 out. Rockburn, too fast otherwise. Lucas Soulier. Seriously, why does everyone have better Canadian players than I do? Yeah, we're going to go to Brett Thomas just to snuff this issue here. That didn't work. A grand slam from Lucas Soulier blows open the shutout. Chop to first. Vandernoel flips. And Thomas at least gets out of that issue. Glisson will get loose for the 9th and the save. Worm burner by Kim Yi-hyun scores Jalen Craig. And it's 8-4. We're out of a save situation now. Here's Willie the Kid. How big does that double look now? Brett Thomas staying in the game to try and close it out. And he will. Sovereigns take this one 8-4. A bat around 6th inning hands us the win. We sweep the Voyagers, courtesy of a 4-0 game. Brad Haley from Montreal. Bradley Gibson and Dave Glisson. Holdings is up. Up your Dockers! 4th home run of the season. All right, up against Kevin Milner, Marcello Van Eck. Pim Vandernoel DHing today. Mark Donker playing first. Lou Pinault standing at second with 1 out. Here's Matt Denaro. Flare to left. Getting real tired of that. Van Eck gives up another home run, and it's 3-0 Colonels. 4-0 Colonels. They are teeing off on Marcello here. You know what? We don't need to watch this one. 12-3. Buddy, I'm going to cut you at this point. Pick up the backup game there. I don't think I have a proper Flying Canuck Stadium for Tri-City, so we'll just skip that series. Day off before playing in Toronto up against the Saints. 10-1. Saints are good. We're not. Upset win, though. Jalen Craig with a 3-run jack against Jurado. Juan Jurado of the Saints. Van Eck with a decent rebound game. Back home up against Winnipeg. How are the finances looking? Okay, so we're still in the third worst in terms of payroll. Great. The Rebels still haven't had a home game? No, they have. Why don't they have money then? Their gate revenue is nil. Oh, everyone's season ticket holders. Okay. Small ballpark, that's why. May need to fix that. Let's at least bump it up to 3,000. Ditto for Elk Stadium for Kelowna. Well, maybe they start selling standing room. Eventually everyone will get an improvement in terms of capacity. It's just a matter of we don't have much luck. We just got started in this league. There we go. A 1-0 win over the Mosquitoes. Conant leading the shutout. Donker with a triple, hey now. Willie Gonzalez takes the hard luck loss. Well, no, he actually pitched pretty well. 6 walks, though. Kevin McPherson. 8 shutout innings. To Remax Field we go for this one. We'll do a road game. Remax Field actually exists in Edmonton. Was built for their AA team, the Trappers, before they or AAA team, the Trappers, before they abandoned town. Edmund McDermott, that's gotta be a Canadian name. From Moncton, New Brunswick, yep. Sure is. Nice pitch there from Haley. 95 on the radar gun. Al Nieves works the walk. First and second for Charlie Vuhler. Ground to third. That could be a double play. Nicely turned there by Willie the Kid. First and second now for Sutherland. Fly ball to left field, tracking it, and hauled in by Lamahoff. Gary Chambers to right. That'll end the threat. Justin Purchase, who I was trying to sign, and Edmonton snuck him out from under my nose. That's what you deserve. First and second with one out for Svek. Drill to left. Leaping grab, Kim! My goodness, what a play! Whee! Bounce to Sutherland. That'll end the bottom of the fifth. Scoreless through 5 here at Remax Field in Edmonton. There's the catcher, Stan Daig. Solo shot, Stan Daig. I'm impressed. Will it be enough? Full count on McDermott. Chopper back to the mound. Gobbled up quickly by Haley. One away. Or two down. That pitch is going to sail past Daig to the backstop. And on a 3-0 count, that will tie the game up. Fooey, Al Nieves with a 1-out single. Jimmy Olsen up against Charles Voller. Swing and a miss. We're deadlocked again here. Into the top of the 7th we go. First and second now against Svek. Fly ball to right. Ortega makes the grab. Or Cravens, rather. Why is Billy Cravens in right field? We'll make it work. Grounded sharply to first. And dropped by Von der Knoll. How could you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you. Field is in against Backhouse. That'll force in the go-ahead run. Ron Herbert getting loose. Lamehoff. Line to right, base hit. Edmonton adds another one. And oh no, it's McDermott. Strikeout victim, thank goodness. Fooled him with 87 mile an hour cheese. Nieves to center field. Caminero tracks it down. Edmonton takes a 3-1 lead. That'll bring in Norm Cochran from Aurora, Ontario. And Aaron Lowe to close it out. All right, Van der Knoll standing at second. Tying run is aboard. It's a good thing we have such a deep bench. This way we can give players time off. And it'll be Rosenthal into the game to pinch hit. Inside ball 4. Bases are loaded for Tony Ortega. Strikeout victim. Now the catcher, Daig. Little looper into right, charging in. Not going to get there in time. Are we going to have a tie game? We are. Stan Daig has scored all 3 runs in this game. Get Glisson up. Sutherland strikes out on a pitch way inside. And the Sovereigns have tied it up. Sutherland to third, Rosenthal to second. It'll be Dave Glisson into the game. No save situation possible, so no harm in bringing it in. freshly into the game, Rosenthal, one away. Joe Gemma. Flare to center, Caminero will play it on a hop, one away. Lamehoff. Chopper to first, Vandernal. Flips, and this time Glisson makes the grab. 2 down. Oh no, it's McDermott. Bounce to second. Rosenthal sends us to extras here. First and second for Vandernal. I am having a good weekend, Lud. Good to see you. Bases loaded. Billy Cravens now, the right fielder. Bouncer. They're going to go home for 1. Not in time for the double play. Purchase with a good charge. Rosenthal now. Fly ball to right. That will fall for a base hit. The right fielder couldn't come in fast enough. It's a 2 RBI single by Kevin Rosenthal, and the Sovereigns lead 5-3. Glisson going for the win now. Nice play by Sutherland across the diamond, 1 away. Charles Vuhler. Chopper to second, Rosenthal on the money, 2 down. Glisson will give way to Bradley Gibson. Lefty on lefty. High fly ball to the left. Kim makes the grab. Sovereigns steal this one. 5-3 at Remax. All right, we got a day off. 4 back of the greats. Conant with a stuff bump, okay. Gibson with some potential drops, will manage. Caminero with a defensive... Ooh. We still don't know when Foster Hoffman's coming back, though. It is now chronic back soreness. I think we're going to send Willie to the reserve roster. We'll call Johnson back up. Do we have anyone who could start then? Yeah, we'll give Luis Alfonso a call. The good news is that the high leverage parts of the bullpen are working as expected. And maybe Marcello Van Eck is next on the goodbye list. Like he did that well with His Land of Lords. Alright, let's look at the batters. Catchers are doing well. Craig, Daig, Pickerel. Donker's been a revelation. I want to see more of Chambers. I like Sutherland, but he's clearly not doing that well. Let's get Rosenthal in. Mix it up a little bit. Van der Nul has pretty much figured out this whole first base thing, so we can keep him there. Vasquez, good defensively, but the bat is just yuck. Oh yeah, let's also make sure that we are default batting bench when you're at 98. We have... Oh yeah, I also haven't done my usual strategy, so let's go... Let's not use hit and runs, let's never use bunts. Except for squeeze bunts. Don't bunt for hit. And as always, let's max out the shifts. Okay. Kim has just been bad. I mean, the barrel and the hard hit percentage are there, as is the exit velo, but something's not clicking for him. So off to the reserve roster you go. We'll give Arlis Ben Isak a chance to come in. I have to put Van der Nul and Donker where they are, because if you're DHing, everything, all your batting stats get a minus except for power, and we want Donker's power. Hashtag up your Donkers. So we're going to try Gary Chambers out at second. Okay. I want to make sure Rosenthal gets into the games too. Fahnenstiel is just like a defensive option at this point. Hector Flores has been fantastic. Love him. Keep him. Stuckey just hasn't been able to get in any games. Tonio is overmatched and probably not ready for prime time. But what other options do we have at this point? We're almost in the black, though. All right, off to Cairnsfield. Ed Chafe versus Marcello Van Eck. Normally home of the Saskatoon Berries, Cairnsfield now home to the Rebels. And as you can imagine, Regina versus Saskatoon is always a heated matchup. Willie standing at second. Hello, hello. Campana can't make the throw. That should be a sacrifice fly to center field. Espada makes the grab. Sutherland comes around to score. Van der Nol. I really should have reordered the lineup before entering this game. Oh well. And Van der Nol shoots one into the left field. Pim! The Dutch connection here in the middle of the lineup.
Strike three.
Back-to-back Ks as Chafe gets out of the inning. Van Eck with two aboard. Campagna now, the catcher. Popped up on the infield. Oop, outfield. Caminero makes the grab. Back and forth this battle goes. Good play there by Sutherland. Whoops. Yep. Everyone in this save can hit a home run but me. Sacrifice bunt, Van Eck fields. Infield in against Jesse Meyer. And the Rebels will take a multi-run lead here, 3-1.
Strike three.
Nice pitch there, Van Eck to retire Espada. Campagna now. Dribbler back to the mound. Gobbled up by Van Eck. Inning over. Sutherland with another time being in scoring position. He's gonna steal third again. Wee.
Strike three.
Van der Nol swings and misses. Donker will do the same. Bah. Alright, let's get Bates up. Penn Stuckey. Knee contusion. Arlis Ben Isak into the game.
Strike three.
Why does everyone who plays against us get such high strikeout totals? 9 Ks for Ed Chafe today. Miguel Vasquez showing some pop. RBI double with 2 down in the top of the 7th. Attaboy Miggy. Ortega 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Make that 0 for 12. A solo home run by Will Sutherland makes it tied at 3s. Well now, get Bradley Gibson loose. All right, Glisson's unavailable. We'll go to Thomas. 19-year-old Arlis Ben Isak. Strikeout victim against Sturge. Back-to-back Ks. Vargas works the walk on a full count pitch. Ortega. Line to right field. Caught by Lopez. Bottom of the ninth coming up. Bradley Gibson. Tapper in front of the plate. Easy out. John Banco, the right field, or the third baseman. Bounce to the second. Willie. There's Luca Ramirez. Full count. Sky to right. Easy play there for Ortega. 2 extras we will go. 2 extras we will go. Hi-ho, the Dario. 2 extras we will go. 3 innings from Gibson. Nice work. Joe Sear up against Mark Donker. Ron Herbert into the game. Oh, this is going to be one of those games, isn't it? Let's get Thomas up. Let's see if we can get some extras. Nope. That's not good. Bunted up towards the pitcher. Winning run, standing at third now. Herbert will give way to Brett Thomas. This team wants a strikeout. It's a suicide squeeze. The play at home. Is in time. Wow. Brett Thomas fields this one beautifully. The shovel pass is in time to Jalen Craig. (3-1) to Ed Crowley. Fly ball to right. Ortega sends us home. It's a tie game, 3-3. Saskatoon denied a win. Wow. Oh good, Foster Hoffman's healthy again. Man, we really do not have any good options at right field, do we? Is anyone on the trading block at this point? Nope. Do we have any other people who could be playing outfield? I mean, Flores could, but he's our shortstop. Stan Dade can play outfield? Well, be doggone. Okay. Let's at least reorder the batting lineup, you know? So let's get Von der Knoll leading off. And Craig, Donker, Caminero, Flores. Whoops. Yeah. Come on.
Decoding memory banks.
And Cravens and Ortega at the bottom. That works. And then versus righties, let's get Dagan in the left field. What the hey? Standig of the 2 home runs so far this season. Oh yeah, we barely played against lefties, so let's just copy the lineup and drop it in. Except with Standig in left.
Maybe we should go to another planet because Earth is kind of, strange. I'd like to go to an interesting place from here.
Maroons visiting town. On paper, this is going to be a slobber knocking. Thankfully, we got their worst pitcher in Joe Bishop, so maybe we have a chance. Donker sends this one shot to right center field. Pim Vandernol is getting the wave around. He will try to score. He is dead meat. Second and third with 1 out for Caminero. Strikeout victim. Here's Hector Flores. Well, tried to be adventurous. Didn't work. Alfonso gives up a solo shot to Stevens. Kwok Ji-young. Bounce at a first. Van der Nol flipped to Alfonso. 1 away. Runner at third. Corners in against Davey Taggart. Infield single. Davey Taggart. And an RBI, too. Vinny Bryant now. Bouncer up the middle. Going to be a tough play. No play. Vinny Bryant using some speed there. Here's Eduardo Alarcon. Flare to left. Easy grab there by Cravens. 2 down. Sean Grubbs. To short. Flores flips it the short way. And a 2-run shot by Miguel Vazquez makes it 2-0, or ties it at 2. Of course, all the home runs are happening in quick play, so we don't actually see them. Wilson sends it to left. That's going to be played in front of Cravens. Runners at the corners now. Tyler Stevens. Flare to left. Cravens won't be able to get to it. That'll roll up against the tall wall. Second and third with nobody out here in the top of the third. Infield is in against Tom Brown, the shortstop. A wild pitch will clank away from Craig. And it's 4-2. I think Alfonso might need a reset here. Oh, and Quick Salmon got out of the inning. Yeah, I think we're good here. 8-3, Maroons win. Hector Flores caught the flu and is out for a week. Great. Who the hell is our backup shortstop then? Gary Chambers? Now we're going to go with Big Willie. And then Rosenthal takes over at second. See how that goes. All right, Miguel's figuring it out. Good for him. Halifax comes to town. We split that series. So we're probably not going to win the division. Looks like Edmonton's got that on lock. Kelowna tied with Victoria for the Pacific Division lead. Docks won 5 in a row to take the lead in the Central. Saints holding firm in the Metropolitan. And the Colonels half game up on the Shipwrights in the Atlantic. The wildcard team right now, those Shipwrights. Stan Daig suspended. On the field conflict. A little bit of a Donnybrook there. Identical 6-2 losses to Kelowna. Now Calgary comes to town. That game rained out, so we will have a doubleheader. I think Miguel Vasquez is figuring it out. Sometimes you just gotta suffer through May to get to June, where he's hit 4 home runs in 8 games. Well now. Split the doubleheader against Calgary.
Maybe we should go to another planet because
Alfonso out. We'll go to a 4-man rotation in the meantime. In Winnipeg to play the Mosquitoes. Day got available, Craig's tired, so we've got Dave Pickerill as our catcher today. As you can see from the scoreboard, we are at Shaw Park. This one's one of Flying Canucks. Look at that skyline. Oh, we did such a good job with the skybox here. Lead off extra base hit for Gary Chambers. Van der Knoll, the first baseman. Hit sharply to third. Going to be a tough play. Not in time. Runners at the corners now for Donker. Strikeout victim. Rosenthal, 1-2 on the way. Fly ball to center. Should be deep enough. Sutherland sends this to center field. Playable. Regina picks up one here. And a stolen base moves Ismael Cervantes to second. Oh, sorry, Chavaria. Bill Birch standing at first now. Perone, bouncer to third. Could be two. Nicely played there. Rosenthal to Chambers. Brewer, 2-2 on the way. High pop-up. Ortega makes the grab. And the Sovereigns hold serve. Ortega with a triple, hey now. And Pickerel's going to float this to center field. Regina, 2-run lead. Chambers holds up, and that makes it a 5-pitch walk. Here's Pim. Van der Knoll deep to center field. Donker now. Hard hit up the middle, past the second baseman. Perone can't make a play. And now Kevin Rosenthal. Line drive to center field. Stop sign thrown up. Chambers held at third for Will Sutherland. Runners were often going. They were hitting and running on that play. And the bases are loaded for Nelson Hernandez. Six nothing Regina. Flare to left. That'll fall for a base hit. Stuckey couldn't get there in time. Here's Sam Denis. Chopper to short. Sutherland to Chambers on to first. Conant, one batter away from getting out of the mess. Dribbler in the dirt. Infield single, come on. Tying run at the plate is Jonathan Lucia. Another bouncer, this one played by Sutherland, inning over. Bradley Gibson in here, top of the or bottom of the seventh. Lead off triple. Great work there. Birch sends this high on the infield. Sutherland makes the grab. Perone, line drive, base hit. Mosquitoes have scored 4 unanswered. Jerry Brewer now, full count on the way. And he's aboard. The tying run comes to the plate. It's Nelson Hernandez. Fly ball to the left. Stuckey can't get to it in time. Bases loaded for Sam Denis. We'll go home for one. Chambers at least holds the run, or removes the runner. Howard down. High bouncer off the mound. Going to be a tough play. Nothing doing. 2 out, infield single. And Brett Thomas will enter the game to deal with Diosville Vargas, the shortstop. Man, I wish Flores was healthy. Winston Hedge into the game now. Kim Yi-hoon will take over in left. Tying run, now standing at second. Bill Birch, the DH. Fly ball to center. Caminero makes the play for the second out. Perron. Fly ball to left. Kim Yi-hoon will play it on a hop. Throw home is a decent one. Throw is wide. We're all tied up. It was 6-0, guys. Buzz all the way off with this. Oh, okay. Pim! Runners will advance on the sac fly. I do not trust Donker right now. We're going to go to Ben Isak. At least he put it in play. A 1-run lead, courtesy of 2 errors. Dave Glisson into the game. Oh, in real life, the Red Sox have canned Alex Cora. Wow. Glisson a perfect 5 for 5 in save opportunities. Denis to short. Chamberlain, long throw. What a play. Howard Dowd. Sharply hit to short. Chamberlain ends this one. Sovereigns blow a 6-run lead. Still squeak past the Mosquitoes 7-6. There will be no we here today. All right, Hector Flores is healthy again. Craven's out. So we're down to like 12 pitchers. We should probably call someone up. Let's get Billy Armstrong up as a avoid high leverage type guy. The good parts of the bullpen are really good. We're going to have to put Tom Bates in the rotation just to be safe, though. Four guys marked avoid high leverage. This is fine. This is fine. Can I also say how nice it is that the sun is still up? It is 7 o'clock and the sun is still up. Okay. Oh, it wasn't just Alex Cora. They fired their hitting coach, their bench coach, and their game planner, too. Oof. Free Masataka Yoshida. He deserves better. Alright, you know what? We're going to send Tony O down. It's clear he does not have the stuff. We'll try Foster Hoffman in right field instead. At least then we'll have some defense. Flip Pim and Donker again. Go with Craig as our leadoff man, because he gets on base. Donker in the 2-hole. Pim, Hector, Miguel on a burner. We'll try Gary over Will. Versus lefties. I do like Rosenthal. Feel like he can definitely contribute. And Pim can also play second, so maybe we give Sutherland a break. Move Pim Vondernull to second. Who DHs then? Rosenthal? You know, let's just get Rosenthal into the lineup then. He'll be our leadoff man. Vasquez batting 2-hole. Then Pim. Then Kim. Jalen, Hector, J. Mark, and Foster. Cool. We are slowly figuring this out. I just wish we were going to be able to get some extra money. Oh, we got to swing through, wow, the entirety of the Central Division. We got a long road trip coming up. Taking on Windsor, then Niagara, then London, then Hamilton. And then at home for Saskatoon and Edmonton. Or then on the road for Saskatoon and Edmonton. Long road trip coming up, so we'll take on one game against Saskatoon before we... Battle for the basement. Let's go. Seems to be a little yucky weather here in Regina. We played 20 times against our own division. And only 4 times against everyone else. Uloa. Hit sharply to first, gobbled by Pim. Infield single. Al Hernandez. Hit to Vasquez. That could be two. What a flip there. Bates holding his own so far. Donker up the middle for a base hit. Penn Stuckey holds at third. Penn still looking for his first hit as a member of the Sovereigns. A pitch at a double steal, and the throw goes past the second baseman. Stuckey will score. Donker to third. And a sacrifice hit by Von der Nul scores Donker. 2 errors for Saskatoon, 2 runs for Regina. And Flores taps one into center field. First and second now for Tony Luna. 2 down. High fly ball to right. Grab by Stuckey. Penn Stuckey lines it right to Schoaf. Ooh, that should have been the home run. Or that could have been the hit, I should say. A terrible throw by Banco. 3 errors on the day for the Rebels. Donker lifts this to center. And a diving play by Espada makes the grab. Sovereigns up on the Rebels through 5. Bates gets through 6 innings of shutout baseball right when we needed it. Gibson, true to form, gives up a leadoff double. Al Hernandez to center field, caught by Caminero. Whew. That looked like it could have been trouble. Here's Schoaf. Popped up on the infield. Flores makes the grab. 2 down. Full count on Crowley. Swing and a miss. We head to stretch time. Regina still up on Saskatoon 2-1. I forgot to get my pitcher loose. We're calling on Ron Herbert for 1 pitcher, or 1 batter. Got him. 1 pitch, 1 out. Effective work by Herbert. And in a rain-shortened game, we hang on to win. Herbert, the one pitch save. And that's a sweep. Gramby thank you for the follow. Alright, we got a long road ahead. Beat up Windsor, hello. Actually build a little bit of a win streak together. Little Torabille with a shutout. I once again ask, where were these guys when I was trying to save or get players? Gonzalez with a 3-hitter. Are we gonna send anyone to the All-Star game? Maybe Miguel Vasquez. Victor G. Brett Thomas. Pretty sure this is one of the Flying Canuck ballparks. Yeah, if it's got this camera setup, it is. Andy Brocky from Hattiesburg, Missouri. Gives up a one-out shot to Mark Donker. Getting real sick of Van Eck having struggles. Hector's good, though. Lynn Brocklebank, that's a name. From Fort McMurray. Western boy. Stuckey finally has his first hit. Yay! Gary Chambers, little looper to left. That might score. Nope. Vandernoel holds at third for Caminero. Bad idea. The ballpark here, Labatt Memorial Park, is actually, in real life, the longest continuously operating ballpark in North America. Gary Johnson getting loose. Quarles flies out to center field. Well, Van Eck at least gave us 5 innings. Bradley Gibson on to face the lefty. Gives up a fly ball to center field. Runners at the corners. Isaiah McCoy, the catcher. Hard hit to short. Flores goes the short way. Inning over. It's 3-1 London. Gibson can't find that third out. Caleb Greason now, 2-2. Roller to Flores, inning over. But the hold grows deeper for the Sovereigns. Albert Pretty up against Vandernoel, Flores, and Kim. Pretty 7 for 9 in save opportunities. Kim goes the other way, deep to left field and gone. Third home run of the season for Kim Yi-hyun. Chambers wears one. Oh, and then we got a bit of a fisticuff going on. The benches are clearing. McCoy tackles Chambers. And after the dust settles, Omar Tramble now pitching up against Jake Caminero. That one's going to skitter away from the backstop. Tying run at second. Ball game. Doctors take this one 3-2. Suspended for 4 games. Nice job, you dummy. Alright, so with Alfonso healthy, you know what? Bates has done better since taking over in the rotation. We're going to keep Alfonso in as our long relief. Five in a row. We get to 500 and then we drop 5 in a row. Back to within the division. I feel like there's good bones here still. There are a lot of players I need to see better from, though. Okay, we gotta get Rosenthal in at second. Or Sutherland. You know, let's go with Big Willie. And we are now last in the prairies. Finally getting out of the tailspin, courtesy of Victor Gonzalez, giving us 8 innings of 3-hit baseball. So, we're going to stop here on July 4th. Let's do a quick look at who's leading each division. Barons have lost 7 in a row. Grizzlies and Yellow Jackets taking advantage. Grizzlies shaping up to be the Pacific Division winners. Edmonton, 3.5 up on the Mosquitoes. Over in the Central, Doctors up 5.5 on the Hammers. Tri-City Musketeers have won 8 in a row, catching the Ottawa Hot Rods. They're only behind by 2. The Colonels up by 1 on the Halifax Shipwrights. The Atlantic Division, the most competitive in the league. Shipwrights also holding the wild card. Jalen Craig closing in on Al Nieves for the catcher voting total. Victor Gonzalez leading the starting pitcher race. Dave Glisson and Brett Thomas, both in the conversation for relievers. All right. Do some rejigging of the batting lineup. Let's move Pim into the leadoff spot. It's at least a little faster. Pim, Donker, Jalen, Miguel. Foster, Hector. Kim, Jay, and Will. A lot of minuses. Credit where credit's due, Foster Hoffman is playing halfway decently at the moment. We got to get rid of Mark Donker, though, against lefties. Something is going wrong there. We'll let Gary Chambers start every so often. Still don't have money to make trades. Let's take a look at the trading block. Nobody. All right, that'll wrap up this session. You'll see me next on Wednesday with Saving Mike Trout. Hoping we don't blow our postseason shot in 2012 before everyone leaves in free agency. Back here next Saturday with more. Oh no, actually, I'm going to be away from computer next Saturday. Yeah, I'll be skipping next one. Time is precious, folks. I'm grateful you've chosen to spend some of yours with me tonight. Firage, take us out. Have a great rest of the weekend.